Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. Well, as we're getting ready for the beginning of round one of the Stanley Cup playoffs between the Edmonton Oilers and LA Kings going down on Monday night, the Edmonton Oilers delivered some signing news for us today. The Edmonton Oilers have signed defenseman Ty Emberson to a 2-year contract extension with an average annual value of $1.3 million. The 24-year-old blue liner dressed in 76 games for the Oilers during his first season with the club, recording 2 goals and 11 assists while averaging 15 minutes and 7 seconds time on ice per game. Seeing increased defensive responsibilities as the season progressed, Emerson led all Edmonton Blue Liners in total shorthanded time on ice, 149 minutes and 32 seconds, while ranking second in hits with 125, third in takeaways with 32, and fourth in block shots with 97. Overall, guys, really happy with this signing. It's only about a $400,000 raise for Ty Emberson, and he is definitely worthy of that kind of raise for the Edmonton Oilers, having him locked in 2 years. Good time length for both the team and the player. If Ty Emberson continues to grow, he can get a bigger contract in a couple years' time, and maybe if there's not too much more progression from where Ty Emberson is now, the Edmonton Oilers have a good value contract at $1.3 million. So I like this for both sides. Ty Emberson, as we just went over there, some great stats from this year. Obviously not a huge goal scorer, but at the same time, that's not what Ty Emberson is here to do. He's here to defend, and he does that fairly well for the Edmonton Oilers. Still age 24, so still some room to grow for Ty Emberson. So really like this signing for the Edmonton Oilers. Head coach Kris Knoblauch did have a couple updates for us today. These come courtesy of Daniel Nugent-Bowman of The Athletic. Evander Kane is close to being cleared. Kane wasn't on the ice today for an optional skate. Trent Frederick could be an option for Game 1. He said he'd like to think he can play. Knoblauch wouldn't name his starting goalie, but it sure seems like it'll be Stuart Skinner. Defenseman John Klingberg will come off long-term injured reserve in time for Game 1 and could be an option for the Oilers. Meanwhile, defenseman Troy Stecher skated at Edmonton this morning per Kris Knoblauch, so he isn't expected to be available until later in the series. This was the lineup yesterday at practice in San Jose for the Oilers. A top line of Hyman, McDavid, and Brown, a second line of Podkolzin, Draisaitl, and Arvidsson, a third line of Jeff Skinner, Nuge, and Henrique, a fourth line of Perry, Janmark, and Kapanen, Evander Kane, Trent Frederick, Derek Ryan, and Max Jones skating as the extra forwards there on the fifth line. On defense, Nurse and Bouchard, Kulak and Wallman, Emberson and Brown, Dineen and Klingberg, and in goal, of course, Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard. So I think we can take away from that possibly Janmark and Kapanen are the possibilities to come out if Evander Kane and Trent Frederick are good to go for Game 1 against LA. But ultimately, we'll see what happens here. Evander Kane not 100%, and Trent Frederick at the same time not 100% either for Game 1 here. But we still have a couple days for the Edmonton Oilers to make decisions, for guys to heal up. So it looks like Jake Wallman is good to go on defense if they got him playing with Kulak in the second pairing there. Cam Dineen may draw in if John Klingberg and Troy Stecher aren't ready to go, which at least for Troy Stecher, it's looking like that's the case. And I think the smart money at this point is on Stuart Skinner getting the start in Game 1 against the LA Kings. And also didn't mention yesterday, as you saw, Derek Ryan was called back up from Bakersfield, although I don't think he ever left Edmonton. That's pretty much all the latest there, guys. A great signing in Ty Emberson, some great news on Evander Kane, Trent Frederick, and I guess some disappointing news on Troy Stecher, but hopefully he's not too far behind a possible Game 1 or Game 2 start. Maybe Game 3 back in Edmonton would be a time that we could see Troy Stecher return there for the Edmonton Oilers. So, like I said, that's all the latest, guys. Let me know your thoughts on everything in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.